You're cool, right? When you talk about 80s movies, everyone knows the John Hughes movies and the Brat Pack movies, but only the cool kids remember these movies. Starting with The Wraith. Starring a very good Charlie Sheen and a pre-Twin Peaks Sherilyn Fenn, The Wraith is a very 80s sci-fi horror high school movie about a mysterious being that uses a Dodge M4S Turbo to battle bullies in a small Arizona town. Sheen plays a mysterious new kid who just happens to arrive at the same time as the mysterious entity and is of course named Jake because he's a cool guy in an 80s movie. Next, License to Drive. Designed as a vehicle, get it? For pals Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, License to Drive is best remembered today as the breakout role for Heather Graham, who played the movie's 80s ladies' dream girl, Mercedes. She said recently at the San Luis Obispo Film Festival that she had a crush on Haim and was kind of naive when she made the film and surprised by all the drugs around. It was the 80s. Next, 3 O'Clock High, the kind of high school high noon in which mild-mannered Jerry Mitchell, a pre-Young Guns Casey Szymansko, accidentally offends new kid Buddy, played by Richard Tyson, who is rumored to be a dangerous psychopath. But it's great, and the Tangerine Dream soundtrack contributes to its startling atmospherics. Next, Gleaming the Cube. We all know what Gleaming the Cube means, right? Of course we do. We're cool. This skateboarding film, starring Christian Slater as a teen skater investigating the death of his adopted Vietnamese brother, had impressive skating bikinis at a time when skating was really, really cool. Which brings us to Rad. It was kind of like Gleaming the Cube, but with BMX bikes. And Rad got there first. Directed by Smokey and the Bandit mastermind Hal Needham, Rad also featured a pre-Full House Lori Loughlin, who plays Christian, a young lady so cool she does freestyle bike stunts at the prom. And now, Just One of the Guys, an equally 80s gender-bender comedy about a female student journalist named Terry Griffith, played by Joyce Heiser, who goes undercover as a boy to see if she can be accepted as, you guessed it, just one of the guys. The awesome cast includes Karate Kid villain and Cobra Kai hero William Zabka, and again, Sherilyn Fenn. Next up is Slumber Party Massacre 2. The Slumber Party Massacre movies, of which there are 3, are awesome because they serve as both credible slasher films and parodies of slasher films. All 3 are written and directed by women, and they're highly aware of the gender dynamics and symbolism in these kinds of movies. The bad guy's weapon of choice is a drill. Slumber Party 2 is the best because it goes absolutely all out. The sort of rockabilly villain, played by Atanas Illich, is an incredibly charismatic cross between Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson, but with a drill guitar. And did you really think we would include Slumber Party Massacre 2 but not Slumber Party Massacre? Come on. If you're looking for the quintessential 80s movie, this might be it. Or it might be Better Off Dead, which tells the story of Lane Meyer, played by John Cusack, who engages in a series of self-destructive behaviors after his girlfriend, Beth, breaks up with him after catching the eye of cocky blind guy Roy Stalin. Luckily, Lane meets a new friend named Monique, played by Diane Franklin, who is a French exchange student trapped in the home of Lane's creepy neighbor, Ricky, played by future controversial Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider. This one was only a modest hit, but cool kids everywhere now acknowledge it as a stone-cold classic. And if you love Better Off Dead, of course you've also seen One Crazy Summer, a sort of spiritual sequel to Better Off Dead that reunites a lot of the old gang, but also adds Demi Moore and Bobcat Goldthwait. And the third movie on this list, to be directed by the great savage Steve Holland, is How I Got Into College, which features Corey Parker as a Lane Meyer-esque young man, Marlon Brown, who dreams of attending the same college as his crush, a pre-Twin Peaks Lara Flynn Boyle. Finally, the last film on our list, Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise. Of course, everyone remembers Revenge of the Nerds, which has aged poorly, but Revenge of the Nerds 2 has held up better. It's the one where the nerds travel to Florida for spring break and face the state's rampant anti-nerd discrimination. Discrimination? In Florida? But they overcome it, with the help of a Cuban military arsenal and a pre-Melrose Place, Courtney Thorne Smith. If you like this list, be sure to hit the subscribe button, but only if you're cool.